Hey guys, how's it? Aloha. Ooh, that last video, Chimp Spanner. Boy, is it bringing a lot of interest. I think one of the funnest things about what I do here is when other people find the music and they get completely jazzed about it. And that's one of the really fun things about this channel. Another fun thing about this channel is I get so many subscriptions, some of the things do get buried and I realize, oh my gosh, I hadn't done a Stone Temple pilot. I do remember one of their songs back in the day called Creep, so I definitely know of the band, but Interstate Love Song, never heard this one, so we're going to check this out together. Once and always I do say these videos are not monetized for my channel. Copyright claims runs those ads for the record companies, publishers, and the writers. If you want to support me in the channel, that'd be super cool beans. Buy me a cup of coffee, that link is down below. It also helps what I do with the kids. There will be the link for this song and Stone Temple Pilot's Spotify and MP3's merch and stuff. I do what I can to also support the band and the record labels and all the people involved across the board. But most importantly, you, the pure listener, why I do this whole thing in the first place. I just enjoy being an old composer, getting to decompose your favorite tracks, and maybe bring a little bit of extra, what? I never knew that about the track. I'm so self-entertaining, aren't I? All right, guys. Stone Temple Pilots, Interstate Love Song. All right. Okay, I gotta stop this right here. First of all, I love the complete sound of the track, but I'm blown away a little bit. I don't know if it's me, but doesn't that that licky passage, da 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 da. God, is it me or does it remind me of that song from Zeppelin? Do it when you want to. Da, 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 do it when you want to. Dun, 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 dun. God, it kind of feels like it. I'm not going there, you know, saying that there's any influences there. If it is an influence off that song, man, that is super tight, and that is an unbelievable homage to the Zeppelin little melodic riff there, but or not riff, or that melodic passage. But man, that's a great hook. That is just a huge hook. Anybody notice how insanely cool the bass was on the opening of this? That bass line, man, I'm telling you. And then come to find out what he was doing is he seems like he was playing the melody that the lead singer ended up singing in this, which I thought was great. And I love the dynamics of the opening as well. You have a clean guitar, you have you know, an overdriven guitar here on this side, and and a very organic drum pocket sound, like the drums were doesn't sound overly compressed anywhere, but I'm still kind of back in my head over that riff. And then of course the melody and his voice. Boy, is his voice so distinct. I mean, yeah, just for so many super powerfully talented people who've taken a different path. But what a great sound in his voice. But this has got it, and also that pre-turnaround. There's that little, like, I think it's a 4-bar turnaround before it goes back into a verse again. That's also a hook in of itself. So anyhow, I just had to stop though because that riff just also reminds me of that Led Zeppelin song. But what? I don't know what. Help me with that, guys. Anyhow, let's go on. I also want to stop and just, the harmonies in this, as subtle as they are, and kind of a little pulled behind, the principal melody, which most harmonies are, they kind of live a little bit behind, and they also get usually in engineering a little different kind of treatment. Sometimes sing it twice, 3, 4 times, split it hard left, hard right, just to get that doubling effects and stuff. But I just also, now that I got past that, the super cool guitar work and guitar riff and composition, man, what a voice. Just what a great, gritty, grovelly voice. And he also has that tone. I think, who's the other singer that I recently did? I think it was from the same era, that has a tone that seems like it's about here in the pocket. And I think I've mentioned before, I'm not a vocal coach, but I know enough to make me dangerous, is that where you fire your tone through your singing in your mouth or nasal cavities or certain areas generates unique tones. And sometimes it's a worked on thing to do with some vocalists, and sometimes it's just their natural placement of their tone. Sometimes you can actually hear it when they speak, that they speak in the same area in which they sing, just tonally, but anyhow, just wanted to go back. And I'd also, gosh, that drum kit, man, this is probably one of the cleanest, most organic drum kit EQs and presence that I've heard in quite a few of the tracks that I've done here. I get drawn into, because I'm an old guy, so I get drawn into the 70s more raw, organic engineering of drums. And then finally, last little bit about engineering, then I'll finish this out, is that how warm and how wide the bass sound is. Wide in width, but I'm talking about a lot of times with compression, depending on who's engineering, what kind of sound the band wants to get from it. With compression, you can take a sound and kind of box it until it gets actually too compressed and you lose it and stuff. This is nice and soft and round and powerful and soulful. Remember, the bass is carrying a specific line in the tonal presentation of a song, sonically, from dog whistle down to beetle fart. I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about. And they own that pocket, and it can get muddy, and it's a very tricky little thing. Nowadays you slope off, 500 below, 50 below, 250 below, and stuff to rescue a few things. But you never want anything battling that tone, and it's living in a perfect spot. Anyhow, blah blah blah. And finally, what a just sick guitar tone. The whole thing was great. I guess that's why it's got as many views on it as I see here. It's like 41 million views. So in its time, obviously a giant hit, but it has longevity. You know, that's the great thing about great songs that are written, you know, have longevity. You could cover this probably acoustically, and because of how well it's written, and it's got all these little repeating hook bombs in there, you know. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna go, I know this is about Stone Temple Pilots, and I know it's about the band, but I gotta go back to that bass. This is very John Paul Jones type of energy. It doesn't take any credit away from you know, the rest of the musicians. And when I say musicians, I also include the singer. I never listened to the lyrics in the first time around. The singer is an instrument. Without a doubt, they're already, you know, like I like to say, what's that favorite saying? Third eye purple level performance musicians, you know, entertainers and stuff. But I just have to zero in on that bass. That bass works, really gives it a very unique life and jive to it, and I really super dug that. Anyhow, thanks for hanging out. I'm underway again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Aloha.